So I pulled him aside and I was like, you know, you can't be feeling all up on me like that. He got mad about that. The one, the only original Black Ken. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. What's up, guys? It's Ken here, and I'm back with another video. And today I'm going to be doing a story time on the time that I got left stranded at Pride by this gay guy. First, I want to introduce you guys to my new sidekick. He's going to be in my videos more often now. He's my new sidekick. His name is Petty Teddy, because, you know, he's a teddy, you know, and he get a little petty. You know, don't you get petty? See, he gets very petty. When the pettiness starts, you know, it's not me, you know, it's Petty Teddy. But anyways, first I want to tell you guys to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 10K. That's my goal right now, is to get to 10K subscribers. So make sure you share, like, and comment. And yeah, let's get this story started. I met this boy on Instagram. He seemed cool. He texted me, he was like, hey, what's up? You know, I text back, hey, what's up? We started texting. He told me that, you know, he lived in the area, he lived in Fort Lauderdale. It was around last year that I was in Fort Lauderdale. We were texting for a couple of days. We vibed, you know, we had some things in common. You know, he seemed cool. We were talking about meeting up. Not meeting up to like have sex or anything like that. We were talking about meeting up to like hang out and have a good time. And he told me that, you know, it was Pride coming up. Mind you, I had never been to Pride. You know, I'm kind of a homebody. I probably go to the club every now and then, but you won't really see me on a lot of gay scenes. You know, those parties and all of that stuff they be having. I never be at those type of things. I'm very to myself. I'm one of those people you see every once in a while, but you don't really see me that much. You know, I'm exclusive. I stay to myself. I make my videos. I stay in my own lane. But I was like, you know, okay, I'm down to go to Pride. So this other dude who I'm cool with, I know him from the club I used to work at. He's an older dude. We never hooked up, never messed around. He told me that the day of Pride, him and his friends were having like this little get together. They had drinks, they had food, located on a drive in Wilton Manors. So I was like, okay. So I had already agreed to that. The boy I had just met, he was around my age. He wasn't the older guy. So I was like, okay, I'll go. Me and the guy around my age I met, we can go, you know, to his house, have like a drink. After that, we can leave and go enjoy Pride. The day had came to go to Pride. He called me and he told me to meet him at Walgreens. So he was like, he parked his car at Walgreens and then he get in my car and I park my car somewhere else so we don't have to walk that far. We met at Walgreens. He parked his car, then he got in my car and we went and found a parking spot. We started walking towards the drive or whatever. He seemed cool so far. He was kind of flamboyant and I don't have a problem with that. I don't think I'm flamboyant at all, but you know, some gays, they like to put their own little, you know, label on you. So I can say I'm not flamboyant and then here comes, you know, one of those gays be like, ah, please, you're one of the girls, or but you can't tell me what I am. Like I'm a whole boy. Not by the way I dress, but by my mannerisms. You know, I can be slightly femme, but overall I'm a boy. Overall I'm more masculine, and that's what I know about myself. But you know, some gays, they like to put their own little labels on you. But you know, f y'all. Teddy said that. Petty Teddy said f y'all. That's what he said. And eat a bit fat. COCK. Anyways, he was kind of flamboyant, but he was cool. He had some good energy, some hype energy. He was turned. We walked through the drive and we couldn't find where the guy, you know, the older guy was, because he gave me an address. But the address he gave me, like, they were taking me somewhere else. We saw some police officers. We stopped, you know, to ask the police officers, you know, like, you know, how do we get over to the other side? Because they had the other side, you know, blocked. So he was asking one of the officers that, and I was just standing there. The officer looked at me like I was about to do something dangerous. Like, the officer was like, why are you standing there? It was real hostile towards me. And I was like, I'm with him. And then the officer was like, I walked away. I was like, I'll be over here. You know, you can come over here when you're done talking to these, you know, these pigs. We got over and we found where the guy lives. And when we went up, we had some drinks. After we had some drinks, he wanted me to stay a little longer. So we stayed a little longer because I didn't want to be rude. So I was like, you know, just a couple more minutes and we're gonna leave. So we went to the balcony. We were like looking, you know, over the balcony at Pride. I was happy because it was my first time seeing Pride, and I seen all these gay guys just walking, you know, freely and wearing whatever they wanted to wear, and pretty colors and different types of people from everywhere. It was very like beautiful to watch, especially coming from a place that I come from, where I got so much hate for being like this. So it was beautiful to watch like so many people like me just be freely out there and no judgment. We're just out there, you know, having a good time, and I loved it. We were about to go, and the older guy that invited us over, out of the blue, he started like feeling on me. And he was feeling on me while the guy that I came with was right there. And the guy that I came with was looking at me like real like weird. He was giving me that look like when they feel like they got some tea. Like he was like, you know, and I was like, I hope this dude don't think that, you know, and don't get me wrong, like it was no offense to the older guy, but we wasn't fucking around. So if I'm not fucking around with you, don't be feeling all up on me, making people think that we're fucking around, because that's what they're gonna think. The friend that I came with, he's gonna think that like we're fucking around, like I'm fucking around with you, and then it looks a certain way. It looks like that's the reason why you brought us up to have drinks and stuff. It just paints a narrative, you know. Don't be feeling all up on me like that, especially without my permission. So I kind of moved his hand or whatever like that. I pulled the older guy aside, like, don't feel up on me inappropriate like that. It wasn't just me, him, and the friend. It was a whole group of people there too, like the people, his friends, and like, you know, people that came over to visit. So it's like you probably got all of those people thinking that we're fucking around, and that's not the case. So I pulled him aside and I was like, you know, you can't be feeling all up on me like that. He got mad about that and like, oh, it's the guy that you're with, are y'all seeing each other? And it's like, he's not. But even if it was, you're not my boyfriend, we're not having sex, there's nothing going on between us. So after he called an attitude, I told my friend, I said, let's go. I'm gonna call him my friend, even though he wasn't really my friend. And I'm gonna tell y'all why he wasn't my friend later on in the story. But for now, I'm gonna say my friend. So we left, you know, we went out, you know, into Pride. And I was telling him, like, there's nothing going on between me and that guy. He just invited me for drinks. I don't know why he was feeling on me like that. And I was telling him that the guy kind of caught an attitude. By the way he was looking, he was kind of looking like he wasn't like believing what I was saying. And like, it's kind of like he wanted to have some tea on me about me like fucking with that guy or something like that. So we went to Pride. It was cool. You know, we saw all these pretty colors. We saw all these people having a good time. People were drinking, there were cute boys everywhere, you know, of course, including me. It was fun. We walked down the drive a little more, and I seen this guy who I knew, another guy I knew from the club that had a crush on me. He had his own little private area. He invited us to his private area off of my face. So he came up to me and he started talking to me, and he was like, when are we gonna go on a date? I asked him, where did he wanna go? Where were you trying to take me on a date at? He was like, you know, to a movie or something else, I forgot. I was like, okay, I'm down. Then he started talking about, you know, sexual stuff, whatever like that. I laughed it off, and then, you know, I went on about the night. We was in his VIP, and he had a DJ there. He had some drinks. He had some food. The music there was good. We drank there for a little bit. So he pulled me aside again. He wanted to have another convo with me. And the dude who came with me, my friend, he was still in the VIP. He got into the VIP off of my face. I'm not bragging about it. I'm just saying he's my friend. He came as my friend. So, you know, like wherever I get in, you know, he get in too. When the guy pulled me aside, he only pulled me aside for like 3-5 minutes. By the time I came back, the guy I came with, he was gone. And mind you, my phone had went dead, and he knew my phone had went dead. And I was like, my phone is dead, so if you go anywhere, just let me know where you're gonna be at. Because number one, I didn't really remember where I parked my car, but he did. And it wasn't like he had to be by my side all night. But it's like, if you go somewhere, tell me where you're gonna be at so we don't lose each other, because I forgot where my car was and you know where my car is. And even if you do, you know, just want to branch off and go somewhere else and do your own thing, just let me know that and let me know where my car is. When I came back, he was missing. I don't know if he felt the way because I left for like 3 minutes, because the dude wanted to talk to me and pull me aside. I didn't leave far away. Like, I was in front of the tent. It was a tent. He was in the tent and I was just standing in front of the tent. But the tent had like a back part you can go out. So I guess he went out the back part. He popped back up again or whatever. We left there and we went to the club. We went to Manners. And Manners was so packed. Like on Pride and Wilton Manors, that Manners club be so packed. Like, it was packed. When I say packed, it was packed. While I was like there by the tent, there was dudes stopping to ask for my number and stuff like that. I let him know that I was going to be in front of the tent, and he could have even came with me, you know, but he wanted to stay in there. Anyways, so we walked to Manners. Manners was so packed. We went in Manners. It was good music, a lot of people, you know, they were partying, dancing, having fun on the dance floor. When we first went in Manners, the guy had stopped me and he asked for my number. It was a cute boy. So I stopped and I gave him my number because I'm single. I'm single. I'm young, I'm fly, and I'm single. So if I wanted to get 100 guys' numbers that night, I could, because I'm single. He asked for my number and I gave him my number. It took like 30 seconds. I can like tell by the look on the friend's face that, like, you know, I don't know, like the look on his face was just kind of weird. And I think he's seeing how much attention I was getting. Guys were like staring at me while we were walking through. And guys would like stop and ask for my number, and they would like, you know, call me cute as I walked by, like, oh my god, he's so cute and stuff like that. You can just tell on people's face expression, like they like they kind of salty. I could just tell by his face expression. He was kind of like, it was like an annoyed. He was like annoyed, you know, by how much attention I was getting. I can just tell by his face expression. We were about to go to the next room, and this guy had stopped me. It was this real cute Latino boy. He stopped me and asked for my number. I was giving him my number. I saw the guy that I was with, and that I came with, my quote-unquote friend, right? Was he really my friend? Oh, so, you know, was he kind of a hating ass bitch? Ooh. Teddy said it, not me. So I seen him like walking away. While he was walking away, I was like, you know, where you gonna be at? And he told me that he wasn't going far. He was just gonna be, you know, right there. It only took like 1 minute. I swear, it was so fast. It took like 60 seconds for me to give this guy my number. And as soon as I walked over there, he was missing. I could not find him nowhere. My phone was dead. I had no charger and didn't know where my car was. I was looking for him everywhere. I couldn't find him nowhere. He completely disappeared. I walked around the whole club. I could not find him nowhere. So I just left. I left. So when I left, I ended up finding my car somehow. I think like I just kept walking down, and I looked like in every parking lot, and I found my car. I charged my phone. After I charged my phone, I left and I went, you know, to another club by myself. I think I went to the club I used to work at, you know, just to have some drinks, you know, for the rest of the night. So he texted me, and he was calling me, and I texted him. I was like, it's really messed up how he just left me in the club. He tried to call me, and I declined his call. And I blocked him, and I haven't talked to him since. He was obviously jealous of the attention I was getting. I don't know if he had a secret crush on me, and like he was jealous because I was talking to other guys, or he was just jealous because I was getting more attention than him, or it was just both. And yeah, that was my first time going to Pride. Overall, I had fun, but like that experience right there just taught me not to just be careful who I surround myself with. People really will be jealous of the attention you get, and people will really do some sneaky, you know, grimy shit towards you just because you're getting attention. I seen the bullshit early, and I cut him off. I hope you guys enjoyed this story. You'll see Petty Teddy in my videos more often, so get used to me and Petty Teddy. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Tell a friend and tell a friend, and see you next time. One more thing. Ken Ormy, bitch. Oh, is it Ken Ormy, bitch? Petty Teddy said it's Ken Ormy, bitch. Yeah, let's get it. The one, the only, original Black Ken. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.